Hey everyone, Myra here. So today I'm going to show you a quick tip on how you can reduce the file size of your videos without losing quality. So I'm going to be using Handbrake today, and I'll post a link to where you can download Handbrake from. I have it open already. And I have a file on my computer. It's a video that I've already posted, but let's just take a look at the size of this video and the information. So this video right now is about 604 megabyte, and that's huge. That's a big file, right? I'm going to open this file in Handbrake. So I'm just going to click on Open Source. I'm going to select my file. I'm going to open it. And so I have a few settings here, and so I'm not going to take credit for any of this. I just want you guys to know. So this is all the handiwork of my friend Joe and Harken, who shared this with me, I'd say about 2 years ago, and I'm going to post a screenshot of my notebook also. So the first thing you want to do is when you're reducing the size of your videos, you want to give it a different name. So you want to keep your original video and you want to keep your source video. So all I'm going to do here is just add some additional information. So that's all I'm going to change this to. So I'm just adding H264 because this is kind of the compression that I'm going to do for this file. And it's going to save to movies, which is fine. Actually, let me save it to my desktop just so you guys can get a better view so we can compare. Here we have a lot of presets. We're going to leave the top part as is. Where we're going to start working is under summary, dimensions, and all these other settings. So we're going to start here on the format under summary, and we're going to keep it as MP4. You have some options. MP4 is the most efficient file type. We're going to select Web Optimized. Now, so we're going to next click on the Dimensions tab. And here what I want to do is I'm going to do a few things. So this anamorphic, I'm going to turn it off. So anamorphic is more for when you're ripping DVDs, and I don't know who's ripping DVDs anymore, but we're going to change our modulus to 16. We'll keep cropping it automatic, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually keep my aspect ratio. I'm going to make the file size a little bit smaller here, or the storage size a little bit smaller. So some standards out there when you're changing your settings here, I'll post those because I have a couple of settings that I like to use when I'm thinking about like bit rates and stuff. So I'm going to change this to 1280, and it will automatically reduce to 720. So now we're going to click on video, and here we're going to keep the encoder at H.264. We'll keep our frame rate at the same setting there, but in our encoder settings down here under profile, I'm going to change this to high. And then over here on average bit rate, so this average bit rate, depending on the size that you reduce your file, your storage size to, you can reduce your bit rate to match. So for 1280 by 720, you can reduce the bit rate to 5000. If I can type right now. And I'm going to keep the 2-pass encoding and the turbo first pass encoding. I'm going to warn you right now that these will take a little bit longer to render. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can untick these and still render a video that's pretty decent. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into audio here. And we have some options. We'll keep this here. This is the track that is on the actual video. I'm going to keep this as AAC. The mix down is going to be stereo still. But what I'm going to change is the sample rate and the bit rate. So I'm going to increase the sample rate to 320, and I'm going to change the sample rate to 48. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit start up here. And so this is going to start to render my video, and I'll be back once this is done. Okay, so our compression just finished. So let's go over here. So I have the 2 videos here. So this is the original video. So let's look at the settings again. Let's get the info on this one. And then this is the new one. Let's get the info on this one. Okay, so the new video, and the original video. So we can see here that it went from 64 meg to 167 meg, which is huge. And the file size is different. And you'll see the duration and everything else is the same, but we actually reduced this file significantly. I can do another pass on this and tweak the settings, like if I needed this file to be significantly smaller, for example, taking it down to probably 30 meg, I can do that just by changing the storage size and playing around with some of the settings. But this is a significant decrease in file size. And if I play the video, let's close these, we shouldn't have any loss in quality at all. So if I scrub through it, you'll see that the video still looks crisp, it looks clear, there's no pixelation, and it still looks pretty good. So if you're happy with the settings, you can save it as a preset by clicking on presets at the top of the screen and then clicking the plus sign here. And then we can give this preset a name. So for this one, I would just title it to the size that I set things to. So I'm just going to click add. And so now I can go back, and anytime I want to, I can just use this preset to run against my videos. So that's it. So I hope you found this useful.